Now to the Epstein files. President Trump ordering the Department of Justice to investigate the convicted sex offenders' possible ties to Democrats, and in particular, former President Bill Clinton. This just days after the release of Epstein emails that mention President Trump. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang is here now with the latest. Good morning, Selena. This has been a big talker.
Hey, Janae, it sure has. And the president here is trying to change the subject, calling for these investigations into Democrats to shift focus away from questions about his relationship to Jeffrey Epstein. But even though the White House insists the president has done nothing wrong, they're still refusing to release the full Epstein files. Overnight, President Trump defending his extraordinary order to his attorney general and the FBI to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with several prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and, quote, many other people and institutions.
I am considered the chief law enforcement agent in the country, and I'm allowed to do it.
Attorney General Pam Bondi publicly responding on Friday, will do, saying the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity. This comes even though Bondi herself had closed the Epstein case earlier this year, declaring, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." Top Democrats calling Trump panicked and desperate.
Will Donald Trump be investigated as part of this? Or is there going to be one set of rules for Donald Trump's friends and supporters and another set for his critics?
Former President Clinton did travel on Epstein's plane multiple times after his presidency, but Clinton says he was unaware of Epstein's crimes and never visited Epstein's private island. He has not been accused of wrongdoing. A spokesperson for the Clinton Foundation says these emails prove Bill Clinton did nothing and knew nothing. The rest is noise meant to distract from election losses, backfiring shutdowns, and who knows what else. Even some Republicans pushing back on Trump's demand.
I would ask him not to do that because all it does is taint our legal system.
This all comes 2 days after the House Oversight Committee released thousands of documents from Epstein's estate. Many of them mention Trump. In a 2017 email to former Secretary Larry Summers, Epstein writes, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body, so yes, dangerous." In a 2018 text to an unidentified person, Epstein writes, "I am the one able to take him down." Trump, who denies any wrongdoing, says he cut ties with Epstein because Epstein and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, were luring away women and teenage girls who worked at Mar-a-Lago. Next week, dozens of House Republicans are expected to break with the president and vote to demand the release of the FBI's full Epstein files, something that Trump, his vice president, and FBI Director Kash Patel had vowed to do during the campaign.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
But now that Patel is running the FBI, he's refusing to release the files as the pressure intensifies. 20 of Epstein's victims are urging lawmakers in a letter to make the files public, writing in part, "Imagine if you yourself were a survivor. What would you want for them? What would you want for yourself? When you vote, we will remember your decision at the ballot box." But even if that vote passes the House next week, it is unclear what would happen in the Senate, and it's very unlikely President Trump would sign on. But this does put Republican lawmakers in a difficult position. Some of Trump's own top officials had stoked conspiracies about Epstein for years, and now many Republican voters are calling for those files to be released.
Yes, so many questions, Selena. Thank you for your reporting.